Oh. I don't know. I think those might be okay. Hey, baby kisses, welcome. Good morning. Oh, I forgot my coffee. That's what I really need out here. Get out of this water. This is a concrete kind of a cistern that has water that had soaking cherry wood in it. Wonder if you can see the tannins in that water there. Interesting. So much to do. So much to do. Welcome, Craig. Welcome, baby kisses. Welcome, new beginnings. Appreciate all y'all being here. So, Chase, Craig, BK. I don't know your name. If you want to tell us, we can call you baby kisses though. My lighting fixture for these pieces that I'm making now. My LED strip that's going to be installed on here should be delivered today. Trying to fill these kerf cracks in. I think I'm probably going to paint this to some extent. Welcome, Mike. Welcome, everybody. Okay, I got you. I'll get on Facebook after I get off of here, Chase, and I'll send you my address. Heather, remind me to do that. I'll forget when I leave here with my ADHD. Heather might have jumped in the shower. Don't know. Mike's got jokes. I'm not going to respond to that. I'm not going to respond to that sort of, but you can continue to pile it on because I definitely am entertained by it. These little sticks right here, I think I decided can go in the steamer. This is my piece right here. I have a concept of what I'm going to call it. It's not just from nowhere. It came from somewhere in my mind. I've been wanting to do this. This is some kerf bent, some steam bent, and a combination of both here. So hanging out. Appreciate everybody being here. Baby kisses, giggling at Heather, she says. Oh, Mike's here. Wah, wah. Am I getting disconnected? Is that why I have 7 in here? I'm going to put it on Wi-Fi. I just feel like this doesn't work here. Something wrong with this. Yeah, no, I had to flip it over anyway. So I had to get these little cracks here. I think as smooth as possible is what I'm trying to get at here. Wes, welcome. Wes Skiles. I think I've only seen you in Wes's chat. Have I ever seen you in my live stream? Probably not. But welcome, Wes Skiles. Probably epoxy resin in these cracks would be the best option, actually, because it wouldn't shrink. And I'm not a big epoxy resin guy, but I think when it's filling cracks and stuff, if I'm not using, I don't know if you can paint on epoxy though. So let me shout out all my members up in here. New Beginnings, Baby Kisses. Mike is making stuff, and that might be it for now. So shout out to all those folks. Mike is making stuff. Baby Kisses, and New Beginnings, all members. Shout out to all those folks. Just getting started here today. You know, it starts a little slow. We'll pick it up here in a bit. This one I kind of wanted to glue up here for a minute. I can probably put this aside though. This was kerf and steam bent. To what extent the steam did anything, I do kind of question, but we'll see. I got to go over one of these sticks. I've got my steamer warming up right now. Baby Kisses, it would have either been Mike that gifted you the membership or Sunstep J. So let me put those names. Heather can probably throw the, hey, Mark, how you doing? Heather can probably throw those names. That's right. Wes is a historical restoration carpenter from Virginia. And I grew up in Virginia as well. Probably, I think you said you were out west from where I grew up out west and south. But welcome, Wes. The gifted membership either came from Mike is Making Stuff, who is present in the chat right now, and or it came from Sunstep J, who may be in the chat. He's working. Winchester. Yeah, that's where my ancestors are from on my mom's side. So in Winchester, y'all got the Abrams Delight House. You know that stone house up there that you got in Winchester? Abrams Delight's made out of stone. The Hollingsworth house. That's my ancestral maternal family home there in Winchester. True story. Abrams Delight. It's the Winchester Town Museum now. It's no longer privately owned. It's owned by the city of Winchester. All right, let me continue. I got these to cut. I got to cut some little kerf in these so that they bend. I kind of want to play around with bending them different ways. But for now, these are all bent lengthwise. West, Upperville, and Middleburg. Those are really nice areas now. Like my cousin got married in Middleburg. Like Fauquier, very north and west of Virginia. Let's see if I can kerf bend this one inward. I'm going to try it on this. All right, so Mark knows Mike. So those are the two that possibly gave you the gift of baby kisses, but we're glad to have you here. Love to have you in my chat. You know, I know I see you in other people's chats a lot. So I'm happy to have you here. We got the steamer warming up right now. When I say steamer, I mean a PVC pipe that's 4 inches. It's got some reducers and caps on it to make it hold the steam. I can show you the steam setup if you're new here. Now, steamers may last for a while and they may not. What I want to learn is how to use them and how wood behaves. I've been wanting to build something out of bent art, not anything functional necessarily, just play around with bent wood art. This I kerf bend. This should actually bend pretty readily, but I got to get the, it would bend this way, right? Now if I come back and cut kerfs between those kerfs, then it'll bend, like really bend, but you got to be careful to leave material here. It's tricky. This is what I'm practicing doing this stuff by hand. I'm sure there's jigs that do this. So you see how that wiggles now? This one's even more small. I don't want to do a big one there. Oh, I broke it. But you see what it's supposed to do. Y'all seen these little snakes here? Hold on, I'm messing my piece up there. Broke it. But y'all see the point here? What's supposed to happen? And then we had this fine piece of wood grain that's running consistent grain all the way through. But you got to be careful. Especially when I've been soaking it all night. It's probably not a good time to do that. But I lived and learned here. Probably with these. And I like these ones that are kind of uneven. So I'm going to try one of these next. Mike, did you get an alert today? Curious if Mike is still in the chat. Mike's still in the chat. Let me know, did you get an alert today? these, I'm gonna try this. I want these to bend the other way. I wanted to try to see if I could bend it that opposite way. We're gonna do this one. Just a I'm sure there's a way you could sit here and make these equidistant, you know. I was thinking about a jig that you would make with a router or a table saw for these. Probably wouldn't be too difficult. Not my thing here though. There's a certain gratification to doing things by hand, you know. I was about to say something bad. I'm gonna lose views if I do that. YouTube's gonna put me back in the basement if I just say something. Make dirty jokes. I promise not to make dirty jokes to get more views. Oh, smoke in the house. Sorry, random builds and rebuilds. Calvin, you from America? Yes, that is where I'm from. Wes Kyle says I highly recommend Tajima Japanese saw kit. Sounds like something I'll look into. This is my Ryobi saw I've had for like about 10 years, and it hasn't failed me, man. And I've used it a lot. I use it for both of those last two beds. Random builds and rebuilds said bending wood is a pain in the bottom. Wasn't quite deep enough. He was talking about my cuts. Sorry about that. I do make mistakes here. So you do a bit with steamed wood. Yes, this is a new thing. We're just playing around with steam bending and kerf bending here. Thanks everybody for being here. Have to respond to my chat. Extra W for Wu Tang says Schmoke. And Heather said thanks for hanging out. I think it was too deep on that last couple cuts I made. TBH. Oh, I know that, random builds and rebuilds. Don't know if you caught my last build. It took me about 8 months. This timber frame teacher that kind of mentored me a little bit lived out in Fluvanna. I mean, I called him, and after I met him to get materials. I called him and showed him pictures a couple of times, and he would always tell me that, like, go to bed, you know, like go to bed and work on the thing the next day. And I got used to leaving a project. I wouldn't have been able to frame beds like I did with no nails and all the stuff I did without taking my time. I couldn't have done it. I had to laminate my own pieces from 2x4. So yeah. Yeah, appreciate you, random builds. You said you started watching them here and love the bunk beds. Yeah, we love the bunk. We're gonna do stuff like that again. I got to take a break and do some more fun stuff though. Try some new techniques, and then we'll go back to building furniture again, because that, as I've told Heather, is my passion. Is making furniture because people appreciate it. You know, furniture is something people always use. Beds, especially. How much time you spent in a bed, you know, in your life. Think about it for real. It's a lot. Hard to see my cuts here. I might actually, yeah, that's what's difficult about this technique here, is that I can't really see my cuts. And really, I don't want to do them too pronounced because when I put this in my sculpture, like there's only, and I bend it, there's only so much like chiseling I can do to it safely. It's hard to work the piece unless you got like a specific type of clamp that you built. Maybe not been in the right spot there. Maybe enough. It's the fat part that's gonna be the hard part to bend. Functional is what I'm looking for here. Oh, almost broke it right there. I heard some snapping, but I don't think that's gonna affect it. Still seems like it's still intact here. Kind of a thick piece. May have been on the end. So that goes in. It's very fine, so it will be a right pain in the neck. Yes, there it is. This is like in all these little strips of wood, even the big ones, man. If you've seen Heather and I trying to man, this is the next big one I'm gonna do. This is plywood too. So I'm gonna actually kerf this and then put this in the steamer dry like this. And it should soften up. I may steam it a couple times. Let's put this one like this. Show the steamer. Okay, let's do that. Kind of just started. Make sure I'm on right now. Should be. Oh, maybe not. That's probably a good thing. Moving slow over there. Oh no, that's the angle grinder. Where's my plug here? Pretty simple, pretty simple setup for the steamer. Got a mess over here though. I'm trying to clean out wood chips too. All right, very simple, though there's videos on this. You see it's a 4-inch PVC pipe hooked up to a Parkside wallpaper steamer, right? And then there's a reducer that takes that 4-inch pipe to a 2-inch pipe, and bushings that take the 2-inch pipe down to an inch, at which point I installed a inch wide PVC pipe or 3/4 inch, can't remember exactly, just get a bunch of bushings. And then this is the end that the wood's installed in with a couple of shelf pipes put in there and a little thing to exhaust some steam. It gets very hot inside the pipe. You can't reach your hand in there at all. You got to use a tool. So, yep, that's the steamer. I had that pipe for a number of years before I actually did what I wanted to do with it. You know, I was just talking about living in Belize to Heather the other day, man. If I had enough YouTube income in and my kids weren't in school, I would move down there. That's like the best place for an American to expat. They speak English down there. You know, not that learning another language is not a good thing. It's always great to learn another language, but you don't have to have that much money to live really well down there. So big ups to West guys for moving to Belize, man. Belize is a good country. You just have to guarantee that you bring in a certain amount of income. I think that's to be a Belizean citizen. You probably just have to, you know, you could be a dual or whatever. They don't mind you being a U.S. citizen in residence, probably. I don't know all that complex stuff. What was I on my way to do here? Oh, and so then this little clean out cap here goes on the end. I won't show you that. You guys know they just screw in, they're threaded. Oh, great. All right, so that started, and then I can do some more of this kerf cutting. Kerf cutting. The igniter goes there. It does kind of look like when you look at it from the outside. Correct, I made that. Potato launcher with only a few mods. It does kind of look. What did it say? I gotta go back. Muhahaha. The smoke stick spread successfully. Muhahaha. Wow, that was tough. And then potato launcher with only a few mods. It does kind of look like a potato gun. No doubt about that. I've had a couple of those. Smoke shop said, LOLMAO, I'm off. Stay out of the cabinet, Heather B. Smoke shop said the igniter goes there. Smoke is definitely, he's had his poor man's, what you call it, poor man's speedball today. Nothing wrong with that, man. I don't know if I dare trying to make these cuts on the other side. I think that's enough with the bend. Every once in a while, the wind opens the door like a person here. It's like, I'm going to open the door. Should only take an hour in your steamer at that. Oh, yeah, man. I think that's all. If it doesn't bend, then it's just my fault. And I also got vinegar in the water too, y'all, as a little side note. Now, I could make this steamer better, and there's a number of ways, and I'm sure Random Builds and Rebuilds knows this, but one of the ways is to box it in and put insulation around it, right? And only allow put a pressure release gauge on there and only allow a certain amount of pressure out of it, like making sure it's actually pressure. It's like pressure cooking the wood. But right now, steam is enough. I'm not trying to do large pieces of wood. And because I'm learning how to do kerf bending, I think if you put the two together, this is a very thin piece of wood right here. If I can even cut it with this. I like the random thicknesses on my piece here. So actually I'm leaning into that right now. This doesn't need any of that type of treatment. This is good. That's good. That's good. I just only have so many cherry scraps left. I've got cherry slabs, but I'm not going to cut into those. And I want to make sure that I get and can use these pieces. This one's thick. It's uneven, but it's thick. So Random Builds and Rebuilds is right about that. Shouldn't take very long in the steamer. Hippie speedball, you mean? Hippie speedball. Cup of coffee and a treat. Won't say it on here because I've already been in YouTube's basement. Even though if you flip through the lives, there's a dude in the truck probably 3 lives away from this just smoking blunts all day. Now this, oh, by the way, should note to Random Builds and Rebuilds that this is kiln dried lumber. So it takes a little longer, not a little longer, it's a different animal than if this was air dried wood or green. Like I got some green cherry wood over there, not physically green. You guys know, man. You know what green means. Undried or only partially dried. When you do kerf cutting, kerf bending, it allows you to actually have the freedom to re-engage those areas that are bent with glue material, right? So if you need that material as support material, you can bend it that direction and add the adhesive in some sort of filler, and then that will actually hold that. These gaps can just be closed up, right? So that's one cool thing I find about if you can arrange the kerfs right with the piece you're building, nobody would even see them, you know. So if you're building a piece of furniture, or you're inserting curved wood into a headboard, or because this is to embellish furniture you already make, right? You make a slab table, you take a central oval out of it, and then you put curved wood inside of it as a design feature. I didn't know. Oh yeah, lines and the steam engine. Now that's quite a different animal, BK. BK said, "Oh, I bet if you talk to lines, I bet he could help you with the steam pressure." A couple of lives back, he was explaining the steam engine. The boys used to have a real steam engine train, and he was explaining it, which is a beautiful thing. I love steam engines. They are actually really great. I think we should bring them back in a lot of ways, as long as we're not shoveling coal in there. There's wood-fired steam engines, and that's carbon neutral, so there's nothing wrong with that. Bring back the steam engine. Beautiful thing. Yeah, you know, I love Lions live stream. I think he got a little hurt recently, so but he's been back on live since. Got a lot of respect for Lions, and he's got multiple skills. So shout out Lions if you're out there. Don't hurt yourself though. Random Builds and Rebuilds says, I'm pretty new to all of this myself. LOL. It's from just what I have been told and watched myself. Haha. Well, you know, there's a lot of YouTube experts on here, so you wouldn't be the only one. Random Builds. Baby Kisses said you would like that one, Dad. Lots of guys discussing that. I bet there were. Baby Kisses. Random Builds and Rebuilds says it's a nightmare to work with kiln dried wood. It's mainly what I use. It breaks and chips like crazy. Yeah. Well, let's see. I broke that piece now. I cut too much into the curve there. That's a shame. I didn't want to lose that piece. That's the part that would be bending right there. I might actually be able to save that. Let me see if I steam it, because I'm bending this way, not that way, right? And if it's adhered, see, I broke it. But if I'm bending it this way, it shouldn't matter that there's a tear there, and I still have material. So let me see if I can still steam that. Part of this is experimental. This one's not worth it, I don't think. I'll probably take this stuff and bend it forward and grab it with a clamp right here, just hanging the clamp down, like use the clamp's weight to bend it. Yeah, most stuff is kiln dried. It's hard to find air dried lumber. I have some here. And I'm careful about how I use my slabs. I'm not just going to use a slab for anything nowadays. Thank y'all for the likes. If you could double tap that screen and like this video, that would be very helpful to my channel. Shout out to all my members, BK and Mike. Mike is making stuff. Carrie, I didn't see Carrie up in the chat. Carrie, welcome. Good morning, Carrie. Sorry, Heather would have been out here in a minute to tell me that you were in there. So sorry about that. Well, that one went deep, didn't it? Let me put one here. Carrie, I sent you I put your name on a private video, members only video that I put up. It's not really my typical YouTube content. It's a bonsai tree, 2 bonsai orange trees that I've been growing. Grew them from like, I got like I sprouted these. Oops, I broke that one off too, but I think I can also still use that. So there's still enough on there. It's not completely broken. Kind of where you want it. Bonsai trees that I'm doing. And the link I sent, or I put your name on the video as a comment, should show you. Ooh, listen to that bird. Oh, I see it. That's a little, just a little house finch, or that's a common sparrow. Pretty song. Good. It's here to sing for me. If you listen carefully, he's saying Dad's workshop. Dad's workshop. See? Dad's workshop. Right there. That's where it is. You gotta listen real carefully though. You gotta play it backwards. Maybe I had maybe I had a hippie speedball. Sitting right up on this branch of this tree I cut down. Bradford pear trees. She's all puffed up right now. Right there. I think I've seen her fly in this garage before. Now she's gone. No, what happened to your phone charger? Mike said, "My kingdom for a phone charger." What happened, Mike? These two gotta be, I gotta curve cut these. Yes, I know. I lose. I think I lose a phone charger every time I have my kids. Like, it's pretty common. What is that about quiet being the foundation upon which art is built? What that dude said in that really angry video? Silence is the foundation upon which all great art is built, or something. I mean, it's pretentious nonsense when he says it, but yeah, I get it. You know, sometimes the speaker messes up the speech. You know, like you hear something you would have liked from someone else, but someone dumb said it. Boots and pants and boots and pants, boots and pants, boots and pants, boots, pants, boots and pants, boots and pants and boots and pants. Y'all like that? Y'all like that? $12.99 for a day and a half. Oh no, yeah. Hey, we're gonna get Mike his Mike. Hey, somebody subscribe to Mike is making stuff and give him his 1300. If you're in the chat and you haven't subscribed to Mike, please do so. By the way, today is shooting the poop tonight. What, 8:30 Eastern, right? Thank you, Random Builds and Rebuilds. Appreciate you, man. Mike is a great supporter of the program. Thank you, Mike. And thank you, Random Builds and Rebuilds. Start calling RB and RB&R. RB&R. That's what we'll call you. Or you can give us your real name. Your regrets from meeting Mike will only be momentary, okay? Momentary. Oh, I think all those people tuned in for me going boom, 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 and doing the boots and pants thing. I can't do that all day. I can't do boots and pants all day. Sorry, folks. This is pretty thin here. Gotta be careful cutting this stuff away from your clamp. Saw will get thrown and hurt you quick. It's not really supported or secured right there. I think that'll bend now. I hear bubbling. Is it bubbling? It is. It is possible it crapped out on me. I don't know. I plugged that in a couple minutes ago, didn't I? Yeah. Yeah. Maybe too high. I don't know. Thank you, babe. Well, that's getting ready. I can put those in anyway. My coffee right here. Take these sticks. All right, that's in there. Good. Mm, 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 mm. Down to the bottom of the chat. Mike said, "How did the treatment go? Fresh and feeling pretty. On Friday. Let me go back here. Mike said, tonight is just therapy session to commiserate about that family member we have to contend with during the holidays." That's like, um, those family members aren't just during the holidays for me. That's like all the time. I'm still here, only learn from watching. Thank you. Thank you, BK. Carrie said, "I am grateful that it is Friday with no appointment, so I get to hang out today doing fun stuff." That's right. We're glad to have you, Carrie. Glad you got a Friday to hang out. Yep, glad you're here, Carrie. Thankful for another day. Grateful for all my members. Grateful for all of you all. Kind of surprised that I just saw a funnel sitting in my stuff that I didn't recognize before. I'm going to start actually playing around with gluing some of these pieces up here on this, but I need to cut these kerfs in this. So I want to start. This is the orientation I came to yesterday. I played around with this a long time. I want these thicker pieces oriented towards the sides, kind of. And I don't know what to do with some of this yet. I might have to take some cherry dust and glue and kind of put it in those cracks to hide those. I'm not big on doing that, but in this application, I think it's fine. And then I want to build a rounded base for it. So I'm going to take a couple pieces, maybe ash, or I may find I've got some other pieces of cherry around here, walnut, probably a thicker piece, kerf bended, but I need to know my final approximate dimensions, because when it sits on a table, I want it to sit flat and I don't want it to fall apart on people. It's going to have, I think, multiple areas where I'm going to try to cut joinery into it. Now I feel like I got deja. I don't know. It's not deja vu. I got like amnesia. Did I tell Carrie that I sent a link to a bonsai video? So we're gonna put this piece like in here, this area here. Cut a few of these slots out, but I gotta make some pencil marks here. Art is done for the sake of art, right? Ars gratia artis. They say art for art's sake. Say art for the sake of art. You don't make art to be functional. You don't make art to make someone happy or impress people. You make it because it makes you feel good, because it means something to you. I built the steamer with the intention of bending wood because it looks nice to me. I didn't have any particular furniture in mind. So right now I want to make wood look nice with the steam bender and build little things. Maybe in a few minutes I'll start venting about how I don't think everything should have a monetary value on it. But let's go over here for a second. Come with me. Come with me over here, 6 inches to the left. Where we are going to take this clamp off here. We're going to let that clamp fall off. We're going to take this clamp off. Now look, see, we had that blowout there, but I still think this piece is usable. So we got a 360-degree bend. Now I just got to figure out a way to get rid of this wood without it showing. No, I think I just tagged your name, and I keep seeing mailing it, but I actually just tagged your name in it. So I can't email that link though. It's a private video. It's a members only video though. This maybe too. Let's put it in the clamp here and see if we can cut some of this off here. Yep. A lot of material there. I especially want this piece. I'm not willing to give it up. That bend I really like. Getting a little cleaner now. Yeah, I think it's a little oh no, don't watch it. That's fine, Carrie. You don't have to. I told the same thing. I think I sent it to Sunstep too. Like you don't have to watch it now. I just wanted to make sure you knew I sent you that because you had mentioned bonsai yesterday. I mean, I'm not an expert bonsai person, but I'm a plant guy. I definitely have a little bit of plant experience and love the trees. And I have I'm gonna do some juniper trees too, bonsai style here. I've got a bunch of little baby junipers around the yard. Those are really good for bonsai, so I'm gonna put one of those, actually several of them, and we'll do that. For bending, I imagine, is what Carrie's talking about. Random Builds and Rebuilds says 4:39 p.m. It must be over there in UK, right? 12. No, it's got to be later. It's later than that there. 4. That's like Caribbean time. Oh, that's right. He's you said you live in, was that? No, it was the other dude that said he moved to Belize. Belize would be similar, I guess, to that, right? It's on the CTE from playing contact sports. This is actually being worked fairly easily. Kind of happy with how sharp this chisel is. We must have done something right yesterday when we sharpened. This one had a bad edge on it too. Bevel was off, right? It's not too bad today. Dealing with this curved cherry. So when you're bending wood on the outside, what you get is um, tension snapping, right? This was tension. And then on the inside, where I've actually cut kerfs, there would be compression and it would crease, right? So you can't crease. Now I can deal with the tension break as long as it doesn't go all the way through, but if it creases, it's going to bend wrong. So you see right there, that's not too bad a piece. We're going to work it so it's a little more uniform all the way. Might even put it in here like this and take some of these little kerfs out. That might be the best way to do that. Okay, yeah. So yeah, that makes sense. In the UK, yeah. It was pretty cold here in the morning. It's gonna be warm this afternoon, but this morning very chilly, very chilly. Felt like upper 30s. So like for you guys, that would be like what, five, 5 or 6 Celsius. Yeah, 33 here in Wisconsin, says BK. Wisconsin. Wisconsin has some beautiful parts to that state, man. Good amount of time in Wisconsin, especially as a youngster. But by far, I think the most beautiful part is the St. Croix River up there that crosses into Minnesota. It's just so stunning. The cliffs and the pine trees, and really something. Kind of feels like what it would have looked like when your Ojibwe lived there, you know, when it was all just wilderness. I don't want to hit my chisel against this, so I'm trying to be a little bit careful here. Oh, there it goes. Yeah, 12 Celsius. So that's like 50, 40s or 50s. Probably similar to the temp here right now. Maybe it's a little warmer here. I'm not going to take all of these little notches out. I'm going to try to stop here and kind of taper up. That wasn't the purpose of these curve cuts. I just want to equalize the kind of depth of this piece, but it's not of the utmost importance. I don't want to break it. This was the one Heather and I jimmied into that vise yesterday forcefully. Starting to think the heating element in my steamer, steam producing piece over there has broken. Welcome, Mike Langland. Yeah, Carrie, that random person you were watching was me. Was complaining about my number. Yeah, it's been weird, man. It's been weird. I hope my steam generator works here. I mean, I know what I need to do if it's broken, but kind of disappointing to see it go out after being used about 4 times. What can I say? I mean, definitely add that to the video review. Because I believe it would have started bubbling by now. Very interesting. Well, I'm like committed to this project, so I'm definitely going to go get another one. But I'm going to be more careful about how I run it. I don't know if that's it. It makes a funny noise when it starts. Makes kind of funny noise when it starts. I cannot tell. I think those are on. You have to be. Welcome, everybody. BK rolling out. I need to head out. Thank you, guys. Take care, BK. The power strip is on. Maybe that I have to get a new steam generator. Can't be affording to buy these every other day. So this is the one from what do you call it? Not Tractor Supply. I keep want to say Harbor Freight. Bleh. This is what I mean by stuff from them, though. Like, how long can you depend on it working, right? It's just going to go to my theory on Harbor Freight. Mike knows that. That is. Get to the bottom of my chat here. Carrie said it's 47 now, but should get to 53. Ooh, so 63? Yeah, that's close to. That's similar to our high. BK said, like how you're cleaning that off, different look. Mike Langford said good morning, and Carrie talked about someone complaining about their views. That wasn't me. Carrie said, I was like, yeah, I know someone who said that. And then she threw my name in it, put my name in it. Heather B says the power strip on. I do believe it is on. I'm Wes does it. Welcome. Slides in, taps the like. Welcome, Wes. Member Wes, member Carrie, member BK who rolled out. Become a member today. It is, I believe, I did not set this new price, but I believe it is now $4.99 a month. Older members, I believe, are grandfathered. I did not change the price. YouTube did. I have no control over that for some reason. They upped all of the membership prices. What? Stomped on that. Stomped on. Put my name in it. I mean, they already got me in the basement here. You just went and told Buffalo Bill I was out of the basement. You know, Buffalo Bill equals YouTube. Now it's got me back in the basement again, and it puts the lotion on its skin and all that stuff we talked about yesterday. And I don't want to get the hose again. Wes Does It said, "Good morning, Miss Heather." Wes Does It said, "Thanks, Mike." Heather Carey, Wes, cabinet prep looks good. Oh yeah, I just use scrap though. I don't like, I didn't have any charcoal left yesterday. This is common for me though, and I used the little chunks of hardwood that I got laying around as cooking wood because it cooks really hot. I even use pine, like, and a lot of times you see this in the Caribbean. They don't have that many trees. Like they use that kind of lumber to cook on all the time. All you do is let it smolder. Don't use any pressure treated and weather treated lumber. There's worse. I mean, probably the forever chemicals we got in our water are worse. Anyway, don't worry about that. Just Heather wanted me to talk about how I do use scrap wood on like, I used to even build my own little grills. I would have a little grill that was just like bricks that I salvaged in a circle. I get a metal grate and cut it with my jigsaw, and that would be my grill. And I could cook a lot of food on it. I haven't bought a grill in years. Made a smoker too. It's not difficult. You just just have another tray in there for water to separate the heat from whatever you're cooking, the heat source from whatever you're cooking. Diffuse that heat. Done ribs that way, like beef and pork ribs that way. Sorry if you're vegans in the house. First world luxury. Small wood lot. Pat is here. Hello, Calvin and everyone, he says. And then Wes said, been cooking on the same Lowe's pancake grill for 6 years now. That's pretty good. That's good. Is that I would ask if that is a charcoal or a gas grill. Pancake grill. I think what he means is like a standard grill. Never heard that term though. Heather B said, "Good morning, Pat." Carrie said, "Hey, hi, Pat. Is it lunchtime?" Mike said, "A charger that works. Lunchtime. Watch Calvin. Little guitar practice. Good day so far." That's good, man. That's a good way to look at it. Charcoal. West Does It says his grill is charcoal. Yeah, that's the way I prefer to. Like the charcoal grills. I know gas cooks fast, but now I got better do my tongue twisters, because if I can't say that, gas cooks fast, and grass cooks grass. I need to do some tongue twisters. And she sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells for sure. She sells seashells by the seashore. She sells seashells for sure. Who sells seashells by the seashore? She sells seashells for sure. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here. This is Dad's workshop where not only do I have to chisel, but I have to exercise good diction as well. It would be nice to have Ricker here translating everything I said into common man. I don't know if anyone caught that. Hobo Hideaway, welcome. Mike said grammar is important, but woodworking is more important. I would agree. I would agree with that. Lots of bendy wood on display. Yes, you like that. See, I'm thinking Westlake right now, thinking about my setup, camera shot, angle, all that. I'm about to diagnose that steam generator as dead. It's not bobber telling it to turn off. Crazy. Well, I have to get another one of those, so we're gonna have to figure something out. At least I didn't have to buy the Rockler one off the bat, though. I got to try some stuff out before I did that. I did read something the other day that made me think that these things don't last forever, which was how much work do you think you can get out of your steam bender? And I was like, what do you mean, how much work can you get out of your steam bender? Like forever work. What do you mean? Oh, but they apparently anticipate this stuff like breaking. I should have thought more about that. Something tells me the Rockler one's not much better. Probably got to baby that one also. Yeah, maybe. There's no heat in it now. It's been off all night. I'm gonna take a look at it in a bit, but I should have probably I should probably test it before I go live, but I did not. I want that on the bottom. This one probably also will be set to a certain extent around, not. I really wanted this one like here. My light fixture stuff is coming today too. If I can't bend my lamp, I'm gonna be kind of disappointed because I'm gonna be psyched to like make the bent plywood for that lighting fixture. No, that's not right. This one was. So there's a way to prop this one in here. I had the orientation. I wasn't say set in stone. It's tricky because I have clamps holding it. This one goes up for sure. Someone said something like a lattice or weaving. Yeah, there's some element of that too, because I think that it's going to help hold it together if I weave it. I'm also going to try to do some joinery in there, if possible. This one here, weaved a bit like that. Metal heating ducts. I've seen people do that. I think the problem is that they can't. No, maybe they do use those. You got to box those though. I think they get so hot to the touch that it's a danger to you and anyone in the room for burns, not steam burns, but contact burns. So that's one factor there. The PVC doesn't get that hot, but the metal, I know the metal works. Obviously, metal expensive, right? So getting a 4-inch metal pipe or a duct, and then I got to hook all the other stuff up to it too. I suppose a duct would work. I mean, I probably could fabricate the stuff on the end of it, maybe even a little easier. But it's a good idea. It's something to think about, I like these on these first ones I curved. I like the flat side to be against the ground or against the base of whatever the surface is it's sitting on. And then I want some of these wider curve pieces to be going around orbitally in some way, shape, or form. And there may be a way to be creative and cut some spots, some recesses out, some joinery so I get them in there. I want to use the minimal amount of glue as possible. I don't want a lot of glue joints holding this together because I think it's going to make it more fragile. Someone breaks a glue joint. Oh, I broke it. What was that? Oh, it was a weird piece that my son, my cousin, whoever takes it. I don't know who's going to get this thing. I'm sitting in someone's house probably. Maybe worth $1 million after I die. My contribution to the art world. Of course, inflation will have made $1 million basically the equivalent of $1 now, so it'll be $1. Double wall duct. PVC is king for up to 6-inch diameter, 10 inches long, any better. Anything bigger, I'd build a box. Said small wood lot. Thank you, man. Random Builds and Rebuilds said, I think maybe a steamer both sides. I don't understand that one. But his pipe build is, yes. I mean, I waited a long time to do that. Small wood lots telling us his lunch, having a ghost chili sausage and rice for lunch. That ghost chili, I think, comes from here in North Carolina or South Carolina, one of those two states. The ghost pepper. I need a couple little more hand clamps. little bitty clamps. I can't use ones that got big tails on them. They got to be kind of small. I'll try this, but I don't think it's gonna work like I want. No, it's not. This is too clumsy. I need little pinchy clamps. Zip ties. That's a good idea, isn't it? I do have some inside actually. Carry for the win. Now I might have to go here, guys. Though I got to check on the steam bender and see what's going on with that. I don't know if anybody's about to go live. I might come back on a little bit later for y'all. Hate to only go 83 minutes. Try to go my 90 to 120 minutes. I am concerned though about my steam bender being flawed here. Something wrong with it. Maybe it's something I can figure out. I don't know. Hey, double tap that like button before we go. I check out all my videos too. Like check out Wes's videos. Mike's got videos. Carrie's got videos. All the members here have videos. I mean, straight up, everybody's got videos, right? Check out everybody in the chat, but especially my members. Let me shout those members out again. Wes, Carrie, Mike is making stuff. Early on, we had BK. She popped in for a while. Baby kisses. We had Smoke in here. Smoke is a mod, not a member, but we do appreciate Smoke. I do wish anybody who wants to become a member. Random Builds and Rebuilds. Wes Skiles from down there in Belize. Please come to Belize. And Mark was in earlier, but New Beginnings also a member. Baby kisses. Wes, Mike, Carrie. And I think I saw Dan in here earlier, but I can't remember for sure. But all the people, I love all y'all, even if you're not in here. Appreciate you. And we'll be back. I got to check on this piece of equipment and see whether we're on the up and up with that. I can't continue until I know I've got a direction to go. But I'm going to keep messing with this some wooden sculpture too. And I'll let y'all know what I do there on video for sure. And we'll keep this moving. Please remember to support the channel by clicking that subscribe button, clicking the like button, and considering becoming a member or leaving a donation. We will see you all later. And I love y'all. Do the next right thing. Take it easy.